Alright, we have the Infinity bike seat. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone first of all, but long overdue for this review. Hopefully this is going to be helpful. And yeah, I have a lot of questions. Typically about this seat, I've been ambassador for them and helping people in the Washington DC area. Currently, I actually have two different people testing the E2 series. So because of that, I only have the custom one here, which is similar to E1X, and you know, there's no hole in the middle, so to say, the big gap there. Custom made to match my bike, and carbon rails. So this is a really beautiful seat, handmade. And then this is the predecessor of the E2. It's just a plastic shell, and then the leather is only on the sides. Since then, they covered the whole seat in leather and made it shorter. You can clearly see that it was longer, and that was actually you know, not a perfect fit. It was about 1 inch longer and not as wide, but you know, the design changed with testing throughout the years, so this is so much better. But those seats have been great for me. I mean, I've been using them since 2017. I think I have about 20,000 miles on these seats. I've done 3 grand randonneuring events of 1,200 kilometers or 750 miles, to include Paris-Brest, Paris. Never used cream. I qualified for Ram 3 times with these seats, 410 miles at Sebring. That was a good test for the seat. I mean, I had no worries. I had to not even use cream, to be honest with you. So this seat has been great. It will protect your pubic bone area, but it will relieve the sit bone pressure as well. And you know, rather than smashing those areas like the conventional bike seat in the middle, the Infinity seat will actually move the weight and distribute it evenly. The weight moves to the outside of the seat. This area is typically less sensitive to compression, so, and obviously your sit bones are the biggest contact point, so they sink in. In fact, less padding is preferable with this seat, so don't think that you know, thick padding will help you. With this seat, it's actually exactly the opposite, and they even designed their own bibs, but you can obviously choose your own. I'm running the Endura Pro SL. They have 3 different sizes of cameras, and I'm using the white, so it covers the whole seat and it expands to the side. It really works well for me. The seat will reduce the pressure on your sit bone, and I mean, the seat is like no other. I will not speak about it if this wasn't the case. Obviously, it's not for people that are too short or too tall. So if you are a female between 5 and 5'9", or a male between 5'2 and 6'2", this seat should fit you. I think this is strictly because of the sit bones. The sit bones are based on your you know, on your size, your height, I should say. The cutaways distribute the weight even in the pressure by absorbing muscle masses of the buttocks instead of pressure on the butt or the pubic bone. So this is straight from the website here of Dr. Vince, the person who invented the seat, and I had the pleasure to meet during a race across America last year when I crewed for Marco Ballo. The width of the seat takes in account the height of the individual. The weight, people ask, the seats are super light. I have not personally weighted the custom one, but just because of the rails, this seat is super light. But on the website, all the seats are listed between 245 and 265 grams. The dimensions are 10 and 1/4 inch or 260 millimeter. by 6.5, which is 165 millimeter for the Elite series. The dimensions are 11.5, which or 292 millimeters by 6.5, which is 165 millimeters for the L series. I mean, the seat will accommodate obviously most body types. The flexibility, I mean, this was another surprise when I first received the seat. I don't know if you can tell, but you can move it, you can press. So as your body move, the seat will move. It feels really great and gives you support to push you up. So there's that. The braking period, I don't know what braking period. Like other seats, I had the B17 and other ones, Celia and Atomica. I mean, it will take you, 3, 4, 500 miles, 700 miles, 1,000 miles. People will soak it in water, apply a bunch of saddle care just to get the seat, broken in. But I don't think this is the case with this seat here. So anyhow, yeah, it's been comfortable. It's been comfortable. This one I received about 3 weeks ago. My first ride was 100 kilometers. I just did a 200 kilometers, which is 125 miles. I mean, I had no issues. The E1X, which is similar to this, obviously this is the custom one, but it's preferable for women. Not preferable, but women do prefer it, I should say. And the E1X, which is, the E2, which is very similar to this, not really preferable by men, but it's my go-to actually for long distance. This one is great for climbing. It gives you that nice bounce and support, but I wouldn't use it for anything longer than 200-300 miles. I will use the E2, and then they actually have the E3. E3 have a little thicker saddle, thicker leather, and a channel in the middle to relieve some more pain there for those in the TT position and triathlons. That seat is, I don't think it's refundable, the E3. They're all custom made, Italian leather, so it takes time. They take big pride in it. I love the guys. The leather is great if you treat it properly. Just like anything, custom made. They're made in the United States. Saddle care, right? Mentioned that. So I have this. This is from different seat I had in the past, but local brand, Velo Orange. So just treat it. I mean, it's leather. It's natural. If you sweat a lot, you're in the sun, it's gonna start drying out and it's gonna start cracking maybe eventually. So pay attention to that. If you buy it, you will receive these 2 sheets of paper. I get a infinity water bottle. This one is pretty much the setup instructions telling you to check their videos, which are really helpful on their website for basic parameters on fitting. Make sure you have the right size bike for your height. Shoes, but most importantly here, this caught my eye. Make sure your leg angle should not exceed 150 degrees. No thick padded shorts. And then, it's really good. They tell you how to measure your previous seat, so you can make sure you don't alternate your bike fit. And then this one is important. Obviously, you sink, so think about it. You have to lower your seat post about 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters to 1/4 of an inch, which is 6 millimeters, until comfortable. For the E1X and the E3, some seat posts are set too high, which causes your leg to be overextended at the bottom of your pedal stroke. This could be why at 25-35 miles you start to feel discomfort. Now you can focus on the ride and not on the pain. Due to COVID, we're not able to accept returns at this time. Understandable. And what else? You have this, the leather care maintenance. Yeah, handcraft leather. We use genuine Italian leather. Properly maintain it. Your Infinity seat. Should you care for it regularly with leather conditioner. Any damage to the materials caused by non-chafing cream will be the customer's responsibility. This type of damage is not covered by the warranty. But they're really good. I've seen a lot of people complain. They don't, they don't necessarily treat their leathers the way they should. But to their fault or not, Infinity has many times been replacing the leather and just changing their seat. You can really remove the rails, send it over to them, and they will fix it up. Lastly, if you use my first name, Georgi, Georgi, currently they have the pre-holiday sale, so you'll save $50. I've never seen a bigger sale than this. So use that opportunity and grab a seat. So hopefully this was helpful, and ride on.